Whistle. Are y'all ready for this new series we're bringing to the channel though? But are you ready? Are you ready? Cause I'm kind of excited. I think it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be in depth. So if you're one of the ones that likes to comment, you talk too much, this is not the series for you. Don't ever watch one of my makeup for dummies. If you see makeup for dummies in the title, just don't watch it, because I'm going to be talking the whole time. They're gonna be as long as YouTube will let me make them, because we're going to be going step by step. I'm going to be talking about hand motion, hand position, products, why this product. We're going to be going in depth. So this video is the introduction to my brand new series on my channel, and I'm going to call it Makeup for Dummies. So I get requests all the time on like beginner friendly makeup tutorials, and a lot of people have told me like the ones on YouTube that say beginner friendly aren't all that beginner friendly, which I tend to agree with. A lot of them aren't. So what I want to do is go break it down, just break up, because I'm very passionate about makeup. Makeup is definitely a science. It's something that you have to learn. I definitely learn my techniques and everything that I do over time. So what I'm going to do is try to break makeup down into its simplest forms. We're going to go portion by portion, product by product. We're just really going to break it all the way down so you can beat your face to whatever capacity that you want to beat it to. So this video, we're not going to be putting anything on our face at all. I just want you to grab a pen and a paper, and I'm going to give you a list of products that you need. So go ahead right now and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because these will be, we'll get into that in a second. Just subscribe and get your pen and paper, and then come on back.
A little bit of Anastasia for these bitch ass hoes. My highlights fucking popping.
Okay, so like I said, this series will be called Makeup for Dummies. So today's video is the introduction to it all, and what I'm going to do in this first video is just give you a list of products that you need to have so you will be ready for our first like demonstration. It's gonna kind of be like a masterclass. I want it to be like I'm like right there with you, teaching you how I do my makeup application, so you can do it on yourself, and you can transition these techniques if you're an aspiring freelance makeup artist or makeup artist at all. So you can transfer these techniques to your clients. You'll just have to tweak it depending on their skin type, you know, the colors that you use depending on their skin complexion and things of that nature. So I hope you have your pen and your paper. We're going to go down a list of things that you need so you will be prepared for our first video. And I'm going to post the videos in the order that I actually do my face. So, but I'm going to give you a list of everything you need. You can either buy them over time or, you know, get them all at one time. I'll tell you the best brands to support and get your products from and everything like that. So to start off, if you are a true makeup beginner, you don't have like any makeup, maybe you have like a little powder, foundation, some mascara, that's maybe all you wear, we're gonna try and build up your makeup collection. Now we're gonna try and build up your skill set. So the first thing, I'm gonna try and tell you the products that you need in the order that I put them on my face. So the first thing that you need is an eyebrow pencil or an eyebrow powder. I say eyebrow pencil or powder because I feel like these are the most user-friendly products to create a snatched brow. Pomades are a little bit more tricky to work with. Gels and stuff, they're a little more tricky to work with. You have to get a good hand position, tension. So we're going to start with a brow powder or pencil. I use both. I use a powder and a pencil to fill in my brows. So you're going to need a brow pencil. The one that I suggest that is probably the most user-friendly, that I feel like is a quality product, is the NYX, I think it's just a NYX brow pencil. To me, it works like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Price comparison, ABH Brow Wiz is $21, where I believe the NYX one is maybe $7 or $8. So there's your price comparison. You can choose whichever you want, but I'm going to suggest starting with all drugstore brands when you're first starting off makeup, because it makes no sense to buy high-end products and you don't know how to use them. You're not going to get a beat face just by using high-end products. You have to know how to use them. So we're going to start with all drugstore. So I suggest getting a NYX brow pencil and just a dark brown eyeshadow. You can buy a single shadow. I believe NYX does sell those as well on their website. I don't believe you can really find a dark brown one in store. They usually just sell the brights in store. I'm not really sure of a brand that just sells individual shadows in store. They all come in like little palettes or something. If you have a palette, let me go ahead and suggest a good palette, a good starter palette. Morphe 30502 is probably a good one. You're going to get a whole bunch of neutral shades. We're not going to really try and work into color as of yet. That'll be probably one of the subcategories as far as eyeshadow goes. But to get you a palette that pretty much has all your neutrals in it and, you know, a few little pops of colors. You have mattes, you have shimmers, you have foils. It's a really good palette, I believe, to start with. And this is the Morphe 3502. I believe this retails for $23 and you can get it on Morphe, I think it's morphebrushes.com. Ships pretty quick. I will say that this black shadow, I've seen a lot of reviews on it. Pretty much cracks for everybody. Black eyeshadow is another good thing to have, but it is difficult to work with, so we won't be touching that for a while either. But yes, so you have your browns down here. This will pretty much get any brow color together, so whatever your complexion. I'm not trying to just cater to African American darker skin tones. I want to be able to, you can trade the colors out for whatever your complexion is. I'm just going to try and teach you the best techniques, well, not the best, my techniques, to get a full face application. So I believe that this palette will get it right for pretty much any hair color. You have several different shades of brown. You can mix some shades and get your blondes. You have your ginger, brunette, pretty much everybody in here. So you can use this palette for your eyes as well as your brows. So this is the palette that I would suggest to go ahead and get, or something similar. I feel like this is the most affordable palette for the quality of the product. Morphe has recently changed their formulation in their eyeshadows, so they're like butter. They blend really, really nicely. So I'm gonna suggest Morphe. So you got your brow pencil, you got your brow powder, so you need another product, concealer for your brows. Most affordable concealer that pretty much gets the job done for everybody is the LA Girl Pro Conceals. They are in the stores now. They've been tripping. They're like $5 or something like that. When I first started buying these, they were like $1.99, $2.99. But you can either get them at your local beauty supply store. They're gonna be pricier, but you can also get them at iKate House, and I believe they're like $2.99. You just have to wait on shipping. You probably do have to pay shipping, but if you're gonna go ahead and get your products all at one time, you can probably spend over a certain amount and get free shipping on all your products. So I will look on iKate House for all the products that I'm suggesting. You know, just put them on your list and then search for them. I'll also give you good, you know, places to look, or if anybody has coupon codes, influencers that are, you know, way bigger than me, because I don't have any makeup coupon codes right now. I'll tell you which influencers to look at for certain brands. Jackie Ina has one for Morphe, so I would use hers because we love Jackie. So yeah, so you have your pencil, powder, concealer. So to carve out my brows, you can either use a rounded angle brush, which I feel is easier. I used to use a small angled brush, but I feel like it's just a little too harsh. I just want it a little bit softer. So for brushes in general, I would suggest getting a set instead of buying individual brushes. To start off, you'll just do way better to buy brushes from that I think have quality brushes for an affordable price. It's going to be Morphe again. I haven't really bought any sets from them. I get individual brushes for them, and I feel like you get more into individual brushes when you've mastered a certain technique and you want to do a little bit more artistic or more detailing. So but the set is going to be your better option, but I do also really love Morphe brushes. But you know what, even better one, I'm forgetting all about myself, is my 15-piece brush set for $23. So if you want to order one from me, you can go ahead and order one from me. You have a full face. You're not going to have as many blending brushes, but you do have a full face of brushes. You have your foundation. You have powder brushes, blush, eyeshadow detailing, brow, lip. You got everything in there. So you can get a 15-piece set from me for $23. And I don't know shipping yet. I got to weigh that mug. So brushes, that's what I want to say for brushes. So the next thing, you got your brows pretty much set. What do I do next? I usually do my eyes next, and like I said, you have your shadow palette already is the one I suggest. You can really use any shadow palette you want. Again, I would stick to more affordable brands. I think Morphe and BH Cosmetics have good palettes that are affordable in quality. There's not really like ones that you can get in like Walmart that I feel are worth buying. BH Cosmetics has a good one. Ulta, what is the brand? ColourPop is now Ulta. ColourPop has good ones. I haven't tried the Makeup Revolution, but I'm really loving this highlighter palette. I probably need to go play with and swatch some of their eyeshadow palettes, but Makeup Revolution is probably pretty good. Otherwise, it's going to be high-end brands. All of my favorite palettes are pretty much from Morphe. I love the ColourPop Makeup Shayla Perception palette, but that was, I think, limited edition. I don't know if it's on the site. If it is, it's bomb. Get it. Looks like this. Really small, cute, travel size. Nice little day to night ratio of shadows. You're not really going to get your brow shadows in here. I mean, for me, I can use this one, but overall, I feel like the Morphe one is better for starting out. Blending, you can work on all of that. So I do eyeshadow, lashes. Come to me. $9.29. We have lashes, we have brushes, we have glitter. But don't worry about the glitter yet. We'll work on that another day. But lashes, you can come to me. They're $7 for the natural styles, and they're $12 for the Drama Minks, which have not even dropped yet. They may have dropped by the time I do this video, but we'll see. Otherwise, look, to even go really lower than me, but you'll have to probably wait a little bit for shipping. I love Dodo lashes. They're really affordable. They take hellas for shipping though. And then also AliExpress, you can get a whole, like a little carton of lashes for like $2-3. Some of them are better quality than others, but they are a really affordable price. I'm really not sure on shipping because I've never personally ordered them, but my boo Shoshana always gets her lashes from there, and her lashes be lit. So you can look on AliExpress for some lashes, but you know, if you want to support the kid, support the kid. So lashes. Next, we're gonna go on to complexion. So your complexion, your foundation, products for your face are going to depend on your skin type. I have normal skin now. I wouldn't even say really combination, just straight, pretty much normal now. So I can get away with a whole bunch of different types of foundations. I can use foundations for dewy skin, and I can use foundations for matte skin. I personally do not like the super matte look anymore. It just really makes me look dry and cakey, and I'm just not a fan of it. A foundation that I like as of right now, I have to try it on its own. I have these two right now. They're drugstore ones. That's what I'm going to suggest, is drugstore foundations. I have this CoverGirl. This is the newest one from CoverGirl, the True Blend. They have a, I think it was like 30 or 40 shades. They have a lot of different shades. They've been sold out in the in Walmarts and stuff, but I would look on their website. If you can order from their website, I would check to see, but I would go into a Walmart because they have the color matching little circle things, and you can directly match yourself to the color that you need. I really like the finish of this. It is lightweight. It's matte, but it's not like cakey matte. And from what the couple days that I've worn it, it lasts a really good time before I start getting shiny in my T-zone. So I would suggest this CoverGirl True Blend. I also like this Milani 2-in-1 Perfector. This one has a lot less shades, but I do also like the finish and coverage of this. It has like really good coverage. Again, a matte finish, a full coverage foundation that doesn't feel heavy or look cakey. Other drugstore foundations that I like is the Maybelline Superstay. Again, not a huge shade range, but you can get it done. My shade in that line, it reads kind of red, but you can combat that with your concealer and whatnot. We'll get into those tricks when we get to complexion. But I do like that finish. Stays hellas and really good coverage. I used to be a fan of the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, but I've just come to find that it just does not last as long as I would like it to. I find myself getting really oily really quick, like less than 8 hours quick, which I don't have time for. Like, I need to stay the only glow. That's the only glow I need. Nowhere else. But it is a good foundation. And those, I believe, are foundations that will work for either normal, dry, or oily skin, or oily combination, dry combination. I feel like it'll just, those three, the Milani 2-in-1, True Blend, CoverGirl True Blend, and Maybelline Super Stay, I believe will work for all skin types. For oily skin, that's what I used to have, so I'm pretty knowledgeable of foundations that work for that. I found that higher end foundations work better for oily skin, like the Lancome Teint Idole Balm for oily skin. It like keeps you completely matte, huge shade range, so you're gonna find your shade, lasts a really long time. Huda Beauty, really like the faux filter foundation. It just, when I say that must stays all day and like the looks like the best version of my skin, freaking love. But again, high end. I believe that's 40, and I believe the Lancome one is 46. Another one that I really like, it reads kind of red though for me, my personal color, is the Too Faced Born This Way. Definitely looks like the best version of my skin, just reads a little red. Great coverage, long lasting. Revlon Color Stay. Revlon Color Stay is really good for oily skin as well. It's going to give you a matte finish. I think that one can be a little bit too matte sometimes, but if you have really oily skin, that's going to really help you stay looking flawless. So those are my recommendations for oily skin foundations. Now, dry skin foundations, these ones I feel like will work for everybody. But what you do want to stay away from matte foundations. If you have dry skin, stay away from matte foundations and excessive powders. Powder foundation, I will not suggest that, like the Bare Minerals. I'm really not a fan. Bare Minerals does have a liquid one now. I have not personally tried it, so I cannot speak to it. But if you want just a light coverage foundation, that'll probably be your best bet. The Maybelline Fit Me Dewy will probably work for you. The NYX Total Coverage Control Drops, those will probably work for you. And those are all the ones that I can think of off the top of my head that aren't completely, they're not heavy matte finishes that are going to dry you out more than your skin already is. So, one thing I did forget to suggest before foundation is primer. Some people say primer is unnecessary. I live by primer. I prime everything. I prime my face. I prime my lids. I sometimes prime my lips. Priming is key. Especially if you have oily skin, when you put on primer, it's going to give your oils another layer to have to fight through before your oils start coming up and sitting on the surface. So I live by primer. Drugstore primers that I feel work really well is number 7 Airbrush Away. That's a really good one. The NYX Pore Filler, that one's really good. For drier skin, they have the NYX Dewy something. It's like gold. It kind of looks like the YSL Touche Clot primer. Really bougie looking, but it'll moisturize your skin so it doesn't feel as dry. And if you put foundation on top, it's not gonna like take all the moisture out of your skin. Another good primer, drugstore primer, is NYX Angel Veil. Is a good primer as well. Wouldn't really suggest it for dry skin though. Those are the primers I suggest. So we've done brows, eyes, primer, foundation. Moving on to concealer. The easiest way to concealer. The concealer that I love right now, that is basically a dupe for a high-end one, is this Makeup Revolution. What is this? Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer and Contour. I do not like contouring with cream products. It's just messy and it takes way too much time. So, but for concealer, like under eye concealer to highlight, to like spot treat any imperfections that you have that you feel like your foundation doesn't really cover, spot treating it with a concealer that matches your skin tone. And then to highlight, you want to get one that's 1.5 to 2 shades lighter. I really don't suggest 3. That's just entirely too bright to me. And I suggest my favorite one, you can either use the LA Girl Pro Conceal, that does work really well, but one that I feel is better is this Makeup Revolution one. So we have our concealer. Dry skin, moving to the next step, to bake. You don't need to necessarily bake. You probably do want a finishing or setting powder, but you're not going to like cake it on your face and just let it sit. You're just going to use a brush. We'll get into it. You're just going to use a brush and tap it. So you can use these suggestions, but you'll use it in a different way. Maybelline, I think it's Maybelline Fit Me. They have a powder. It's really finely milled. For majority of people, it works really well. For me, I just don't have a shade in it. So I like my Black Opal Velvet Finishing Powder. Makeup Revolution has one that's pretty much the same type shades. For my summer complexion, I have to use my Ben Nye one, but Makeup Revolution has one that's called Terracotta. Literally the same color. It's a little more finely milled than the Ben Nye, so get that one if you're anywhere near my summer shade, which is this. If you're a little bit lighter, I like the Black Opal one. I believe Black Radiance has one that you can probably get in store at like a Walmart or CVS or something like that. NYX Translucent Powder. That one works for pretty much everybody. It's a press. I like the pressed powder one, so you can't really bake with that, but you can press it on your skin and it'll give you a nice clean finish. It's the NYX HD Translucent Powder. Some people use Airspun. I haven't used Airspun. It's really white, or they have like a peachish one. It just doesn't read well for my complexion. If you're lighter than me, it'll probably be great. So yeah, those are the finishing powder or setting powders that I would suggest. If you want, I don't personally do an all over face powder, but you can get a face powder that matches your foundation and to set your complete face. Black Radiance, Black Opal, Maybelline. Literally, if they sell a liquid foundation, they probably sell a corresponding powder. So I would just get the corresponding powder if you want to have an all over face setting powder, or to, you know, carry with you to blot. That's how you can, you know, keep yourself in check. So we've highlighted and now we're going to contour. Contouring, like I said, I do not like contouring with cream. I just feel like it's really messy and it takes way too long. So I'm going to suggest a powder, Black Radiance. Mine is Ebony, that's just my shade, but Black Radiance, Maybelline, literally any pressed powder that's probably 2 shades, 1.5 to 2 shades darker than your foundation. So I have on MAC right now. You can also use MAC. It's a little more pricey. I was trying to stick to drugstore. But any drugstore brand, again, that sells powder foundation or liquid foundation probably has powder foundation as well. Get a shade that's 1.5 to 2 shades darker than you, and you can use that as your contouring shade. It's a lot quicker than cream or liquid products. You can get a Makeup Revolution one that's about 1.5 to 2 shades darker than you. I can go over, you know, contouring with a cream. It's just really messy and I feel like it takes way too long. So that's that. Now moving on to highlighter. I've really been loving this Makeup Revolution Pro HD Amplified Get Baked. It has, what is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Is that 7? 15? 15. Yeah, 15 highlighters for any complexion, every complexion. If you just want to get one, my favorite drugstore one is the Maybelline Master Chrome. It's really gold, so that may not work for all skin types. What's another one? Milani has really good ones. They have several different shades. But this is going to be my favorite. And I feel like you can, whatever, when you do start feeling frisky with your makeup, you got different highlighters. Like I really been wanting a pink one. We got these pinks and purplish shades in here. For my really, really fair babes, we got these like whitish ones. Give you really silver reflex. Darker skin tones, you want to stick with highlighters that have gold. Stay away from the silver because it leaves like a white cast. Kind of can make you look ashy sometimes. But I feel like this type of palette is affordable. It's $20 and you have a plethora of highlighters to pick from. For lips, I would say get a lip liner. NYX has a plethora of colors for like $3. And I have not been a fan of lipstick. The camera definitely overheated and I had to let it cool down and recharge and all that good stuff. So I don't really know where I left off. I think I left off on lips though, because I feel like I was saying NYX has a whole bunch of good lip liners for like $3. My favorite one is the Espresso. I would get one that kind of like closely matches like a brown shade because that goes with a whole bunch of different lipsticks. Darker skin tones, it'll help lighter, brighter, pinker lipsticks blend. And I think for lighter skin tones, it'll help lipsticks just like pop. You can create ombre, different effects with it. So I say a brown, light brown to dark brown. I use a dark brown. I use Espresso by NYX. Will be good for a variety of different lipsticks. If it's like a soft matte lip cream, which is what I would suggest to use, they're just easier to use and blend. So any of the NYX soft matte lip creams, my favorite is London. That's not what I have on anymore. I had it on earlier. But I say the soft matte lip creams because, like I said, they're easier to blend and work with. You can create different looks and effects with them. And lip glosses, those are good too. Liquid lipsticks, I feel like they can be very drying on some lips. Different brands have different formulas, and we'll get into that when we get to lips. But as of right now, I think just a good product that will work for all lip types are like lip glosses and consistencies like the NYX soft matte lip cream, which is like a soft matte finish. Luxe lipsticks, satin finish lipsticks. And then setting sprays, I also live by setting sprays. My favorite is the Morphe continuous setting spray. I don't really like any drugstore ones. What I use to like take away the cakey look, if you put on your foundation and stuff and it looks too powdery, I like using the Mario Badescu rose water spray. Any of the sprays will probably do the same thing, but I like the rose water just because it smells the best. This large bottle is $12. They have a smaller size for $7, but this is not a setting spray. This is like a finishing spray. It's not going to lock your bead in place. It's not going to help it stay on any longer. It's just going to soak up any excess powder that's laying on top of your face. So that's an additional product. You don't necessarily need that, but I use it pretty much every time I put on makeup. I think L'Oreal has a pretty decent setting spray, but like I said, Morphe is my favorite one. Morphe continuous setting spray, and it literally just, we're just wasting product, but it just sprays out. Whereas the other ones you have to pump and keep it away from your face so it doesn't leave like big droplets, which will disrupt your foundation. And you know, it's so much, it's so much, it's so much. So like I said, these videos are going to be very, 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 very long. I can already see the votes as I'm making this video right now. I'm looking at the polls on my Instagram. It's kind of even, but I'm going to lean towards it's not really, well, it's the real-time application is just a little bit more votes ahead of the fast forward, but that's because there's males voting on it, which I don't know, because these are males that don't wear makeup. Like if it was males that wore makeup, then I would take their votes into consideration, but it's males that don't wear makeup, so you're probably not going to watch this makeup video, so I don't know why you voted anyway. So right now the real-time application is winning, so that's what I will probably do for these, just so you can get the full technique, because it's a lot of different hand positions. You know, the intensity, like how much pressure you need to put on when you're doing a certain application, proper brushes to use for certain parts of the face, certain parts of the eyes and stuff like that. So we're gonna get really, really, really in depth, and I really hope that these videos help. I don't plan to have a whole bunch of views like my fashion hauls and stuff like that. This is more for strictly teaching and try to help build up your skill set and build up your knowledge about makeup and all of that. So I hope you guys enjoy these videos. They will take a lot of time to make because my camera only records for like 20 minutes, so this is like hours worth of information and demonstration. So I really hope you guys enjoy these videos. I'm really excited to make them. I'm going to give you guys like 2 weeks to get these products. So this one I plan to go up next week, which will be, I believe, the 18th, June 18th. If that's not today, I hope it's today, because that's when I plan on doing it. So 2 weeks, I will make the next one, and that will be brows. We're going to start on brows. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do brows, because I know everybody doesn't like to do them the same way. I'm going to tell you about positioning, how you figure out how to map your brows and all that, so we'll get into that. So that's your list of all the products you need for a full face makeup application. Like I said, you can break this down over time and buy these products, or go ahead and buy them at one time. Oh, I said I was going to tell you. Okay, Nikki Tutorials, Thomas Halbert, Jackie Ina all have coupon codes for Morphe. Nikki Tutorials has 1 million coupons for all these different sites. Alyssa Ashley, I believe she has one for Morphe as well. I'm trying to think what other brands. Like Morphe's the one with the big coupon codes. These other brands, they just be trying to have sales and stuff. Stick to Ulta. Like Ulta sells drugstore and higher end brands, but they usually only have their coupons that work on the drugstore. They usually have like a $3.50 off of a $15 purchase, but that's only on drugstore brands, not luxury brands. If you shop at Ulta often, you get like the diamond member or something, and they'll do 20% off of everything every once in a while, so be on the lookout for that. Sephora, they don't really do, they do coupons like, I think it's like every 6 months or something like that, where you actually get deals. Another good thing with Ulta, if you just want to start buying makeup, set up a little account with Ulta. They just take your phone number, so whenever you shop there, you get points, and those points actually turn into money, so you get free products. So Ulta has a better rewards program than Sephora. So if you haven't shopped with makeup, or if you plan to shop makeup often or really at all, Ulta's gonna be your better. You're gonna get better deals with Ulta because you actually get money from the money that you spend there. You get money back. Like I have $100 that I can just go get free makeup right now. Didn't know. I'm gonna wait though. But yeah. Oh, lash glue. I didn't say lash glue. I use hair glue. I just feel the most secure with it. But Duo is good. Duo has different types. So if you're allergic to latex, I just found that out from a client I just did, that she was allergic to latex. And Duo has a glue that is latex free, so she can still wear strip lashes. Get some little, I think they're like 99, 89-cent tweezers. You can get them from the beauty supply store. They think they have them at Walmart. You don't need no bougie tweezers. And I believe that is all. I know it's a really long video, but you know, be prepared for those. So yeah, that is the first, what is this, edition, series, episode? This is the first episode of Makeup for Dummies. So yeah, get your products, because in 2 weeks, we'll be back, and we getting it popping with the brows. Getting it popping with the brows. So thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in my next one. Stay true.
Bitch, I got more palettes and more lipsticks than you'll ever have. Lean sharp as fuck, eyebrows thick, yeah, like my ass. Better post a selfie, watch me get hella retweets.